Guys, and welcome back to another video for Farmer Scoobs. In today's video you're going to see some new additions to the farm. We've been talking about it between myself and my wife and my young girlings for a bit of time now, and they have decided to bite the bullet and go ahead and go do it. We had some animals exit the farm also today, which we didn't get on camera. Slight bit of a hiccup along the way. Funny story, I'm not going to go into it, but anyways, we sold some of our ewes today that had no lambs with them. They went to another farm about 7 miles away. They are going to be just used for commonage numbers, and we just didn't get a chance to get them on camera with the way the weather was. As you can see, the weather is absolutely shocking out here this evening. This storm, I think, is going to settle in overnight. We're promised very high winds and a lot of rain between now and then. So look, I'm going to introduce our new additions here in the next clip, and I'm going to explain to you a small bit about them and where we got them from and what we hope to do with them in the future. Looking at just a few general bits and pieces that needs to be tidied up around the farm. I want to change the teats on our blue feeder also. Forgot to pick them up today, so it won't be done on the next feed, but I will pick them up first thing in the morning, and I'll do a quick clip on that and add it into this video as well. Alright guys, so here is the part where I'm going to introduce you to what we have purchased on our farm. Between my wife and my girls and myself. That's our dog Ruby. We have decided to invest in some poultry. We have just got ourselves 6 Rhode Island red hens and a chicken coop and a chicken run. And we're just going to give it a go. Look, we've never had poultry here on the farm. We've never done anything with poultry, and we just thought girls have a keen interest in it, coming down, feeding the chickens, or feeding the hens, and opening the lid and taking out the eggs. Hopefully they will have some eggs. The man we bought them off is pretty decent. He came with the whole setup: the coop, the run, feeder, drinker, bag of feed, and the 6 hens. And he put the coop together in a couple of minutes, explained to us what we had to do, and he left it to us. And we got, the whole thing came from a crowd called Henpecked. I think they have a website, henpecked.ie. Brian was the man that we dealt with. No bother at all. Came here with the whole thing in the back of his van, set it up in a couple of minutes, explained to us what we had to do, and left us to it. Girls got some great excitement out of it. I'll put in a couple of clips that my wife took on her phone, because I was all a muddle with what was going on, so she decided she'd take a couple of videos and a few photographs, so I'll add them in here now somewhere along the way. And yeah, so look, we'll see how we get on with them. Like I said, it's our first time doing anything with poultry, so fingers crossed we can do something with them. If it's a thing that it doesn't work out for us, it's not the end of the world. I'm hoping that it will, because they're actually picking away at each other as we speak. So yeah, so far we have 2 of them. 2 of the hens are named Eggy and Vanessa. My middle child decided that Eggy was a good name and Vanessa was another good name. If I asked her to pick out which 2 it was, she probably still wouldn't be able to pick out which one she's named. But we'll probably get names on the other 4 as well before we're finished, so that we'll just have a group of names on 6 hens, and that'll be that. They're settled in just nice. I don't think they've gone into the coop yet. I have the door left open, and we have a couple of bits of straw put in on the, let's see if I can show you. We'll just pop it up in here. It's a 2 nest box, raised elevation, and they have their, I suppose, their stand or their rest at the, or the perch, sorry, their perch that they can stand up on. It's a nice little coop. It's a wooden coop. It's elevated off the ground. It has 2 handles both sides, so that when it needs to be lifted, one person both sides, you can go both sides of it and just lift it up. When the hens are in it, you just shut the flap down on the door, lift it up and move it around to somewhere else in the garden. It's a great job. Not too expensive. I mean, I don't know how much poultry is or what the story is with it. I thought it was reasonable enough for the whole package. hens and coop and the whole lot included. If anyone wants to know the price, you can just give me a shout. I'll send you across a PM. I'm not going to say what it is online because I might be saying it's cheap and it might be expensive to someone else. But look, if someone else is interested in it, you can actually check it up on henpeck.ie. They have the packages on there. Ask for Brian. He'll fill you in on what's what. So many different variety of hens. He came with the 6 Rhode Island Reds. He had another place to go after here today, and he had some lovely coloured hens in the back of his van that he was delivering to someone else. Some very expensive hens that I thought was expensive, but then again, maybe to someone else they're not that expensive. But as I said, we went with a package that suits us, and hopefully it works out. I'm hoping that they go nicely. They seem quite friendly. They're inquisitive anyway. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. They are our hens. They're in there now. We have layers pellets put in with them. I'll show you the bag of feed now in a minute. And we got a bag of mixed poultry grit. I was told that poultry grit is great for their digestive system, helps break down their food a bit better, and actually for medicinal reasons I never knew that there was such a thing called coop scour, which never heard of such a thing before in my life, but you learn something new every day. It's if the food inside the chicken or inside the hen starts to actually rot away in their gizzard, and they end up getting a scour from it and they'll die from it. So I was thinking to myself, yeah, I think a bag of grit won't break the bank if it means keeping them alive without getting sick. So that's what we done. We got a bag of grit in our local co-op. I had some feeders left over from when we used to be feeding birds around the farm and things like that before, and I just said, yeah, we'll just put the grit in it, wash it out, put the grit in it, and stick it in with them. And they're mad pecking away now at the layers pellets and at the grit. So I'm hoping they're happy out. I'm hoping they'll go into the coop tonight, because if the weather is as bad as they're going to make out that it is, I'd rather them be in the coop. But the man said, Brian said when he was leaving, he said there's no need to lock them in, only for safety's sake, or if you're moving them around. That's about the only reason that you lock them in. So as of that, we're just going to leave them out tonight, and hopefully when I come here in the morning they have them blown away to the next county. So I'll show you what food we're giving them now. Bring into the office. So just as in food goes, Corby Rock Mix from Roscommon. It's a poultry feed, layers pellets. So it's just, sorry now, the camera's going to shake a small bit. That's basically what we're giving them. 20 kg bag. That came included. He threw that in on the deal, which is very nice of him. And then this little bag here, made a hole in the bag. I made a hole in the bag when I was putting it in the back of the Jeep, but it's literally just a bag of grit, mixed poultry grit, fine grit. I don't know if you can see it through the bag. You probably can. That's all that is. We just put a scoopful into the bird feeder and just left it into them, and we'll see how they get on. Seem to be happy enough. They're pecking away at it, and the beauty about the coop is you can literally just lift it up and move it around to wherever you want in the garden, and it's not stationary, because you don't want to leave them in the same spot all the time when they're pooping and so on and so forth. You want to keep them on a clean area. So probably once a week we'll just get them up into the coop, close it, and we'll move it to a fresh patch of grass. Same with the run, move it to the fresh patch of grass and just let them out on it. So yeah, I'm hoping, my girls are hoping that they are going to go lucky. Look, if we can get a couple of eggs off them, I'll be delighted. I love my eggs in the morning for breakfast. So I'm just really glad that they have an interest in doing something with the farm, whether it be chickens, sheep or cows. Doesn't matter to me, as long as they have a bit of an interest in doing something. There's great excitement here today. Now you'll see in the video later on that I'm going to put up, or I'll add in, that they were just hopping around the place. Chickens, love chickens. Yeah, we'll see. Will they love chickens next week when it's time to go down and clean out the chicken poop, and see will they love it then. So yeah, look guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to get back to finishing off my feed. And Ruby's looking for food. I haven't introduced Ruby yet, or Smokey. We have 2 dogs here on the farm. Smokey is a Springer Spaniel and Ruby is our short-haired pointer. Anyone who knows anything about dogs will know what breed they are and why I have them here. I'm not going to go into that on the channel, but they are here for a specific purpose once for a certain time of the year, and they are basically our farm dogs. We let roam around when I'm here in the air, but most of the time when I'm doing feeding and stuff on the tractor, I'll keep them locked in, because they love to be in and around underneath the wheels of the tractor and so on when you're in the shed. And sometimes you might just happen to see them and you might accidentally run over them. Never happened, and I'm going to touch the chicken coop, touch wood. It never does happen because they are one of a kind. Smokey's an old dog now. She's about 10 years old. Ruby's a bit on the younger side. She's only 4. She's like a pup all the time, like a pup. Mad for going and mad for off. She'll go adventuring on her own if she had half a chance. And Smokey's the more placid type. We keep them in a closed-in pen at night. Not for any other specific purpose, it's just for our own security, that we know where they are at all times. If there was no cage around the pen, Smokey would go in the gate and go into her kennel and not leave it. She would not come out of it until you'd open the gate and let her back out. Doesn't matter if there was wire on the pen or not. That's just the type of dog she is. She's very loyal. She'll do exactly as she's told, and that's the way.
New arrivals to Wilson Lodge. We're going to have our own fresh eggs.
So look guys, I hope you like this video. I hope you like the content that we're doing in it. If you do, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more weekly content. We'll see you soon.
You should have the beacons on. It's a necessity.